What if I told you that investing $100 a month starting at 20 years old makes you a millionaire, but starting that same investment at 30 doesn't? Same person, same discipline, same market. Watch what 10 years does. This is Jake. He's 20 years old, just finished his first week at a part-time job, and has exactly $112 in his bank account after paying his phone bill. He doesn't come from money. Nobody handed him a roadmap. But something about the way his dad talked about wishing he'd started earlier stuck with him. One night, Jake does the math. $100 a month. That's $3.30 a day. Less than a coffee and a snack. He opens a brokerage account, sets up a recurring investment into a simple index fund, and hits confirm. He doesn't tell anyone. It feels too small to mention. The first year is boring. His balance grows slowly. His friends are spending their paychecks on weekends and new clothes. Jake still does all of that. He just does it with $100 already gone before he can think about it. Automatic. Invisible. Consistent. The market drops. Jake's portfolio loses $400 in 3 weeks. It's not a lot of money, but it's real money, and watching it disappear stings. He checks it every day. He almost stops the automatic investment. Instead, he leaves it alone. The market recovers. He learns something most people never do. That doing nothing is sometimes the hardest and smartest move. 2 years later, Jake checks his balance for the first time in months. For $1,200. He didn't feel himself saving it. He didn't sacrifice his social life for it. It just grew, quietly, in the background, while he was busy living his life. He increases his contribution to $150 a month. Now meet Marcus. He's 30 years old. Smart guy. Works hard. Makes decent money. He's been meaning to start investing for years, since he was 22, actually. But there was always something. Student loans. A car that needed fixing. A move to a new city. A raise that got spent before it arrived. Sound familiar? Marcus is at a birthday dinner for a friend who casually mentions his investment portfolio. Marcus asks how much. The number surprises him. That night, Marcus goes home, opens his laptop, and finally does what he's been putting off for 8 years. He sets up the same account. The same index fund, the same $100 a month. Better late than never, he tells himself. Marcus is disciplined. He doesn't miss a single month. He reads about investing, understands compound interest, and feels good about the decision. His balance at the end of year 2 is just over $2,500. He's proud of it. He should be. He just doesn't know yet what those 8 missing years actually cost him. Meanwhile, Jake is 27. His portfolio just crossed $10,000. He hasn't dramatically changed his life. He still lives in a modest apartment, still drives a used car. But every month, compound interest does a little more work. The snowball is rolling, and it's starting to pick up speed. Marcus hits a rough patch. He gets laid off. For 4 months, the $100 investment stops. He needs the money. When he gets a new job, he restarts immediately. But those 4 months are gone. The contributions aren't coming back. And at 34, he realizes for the first time that time itself is the ingredient he's running short on. Jake turns 30 with $18,000 invested. He runs the numbers for the first time on a compound interest calculator. The projection to age 65 makes him sit back in his chair. He reads it 3 times. He doesn't tell anyone that number either. But for the first time, retirement doesn't feel like a distant abstract concept. It feels like a plan. Marcus decides he needs to catch up. He bumps his contribution to $150, then $200 a month. He's working harder, earning more, and pouring more in. He feels like he's making up ground. And he is. But compound interest doesn't care how hard you try to catch up. It only cares how long the money has been working. Another market crash. This one is bigger. Jake's portfolio drops by 22%. His parents tell him to pull out. The news is grim. Jake keeps his automatic investment running. Every month, same amount, buying more units at lower prices. He's been through this before. He knows how the story ends. Marcus and Jake grab coffee. Marcus mentions his portfolio, $68,000 after 7 years of investing. He's proud of it. Jake nods. Doesn't say much. Jake's portfolio at 38, $212,000. Same market, same fund, different starting line. Marcus drives home quiet. Jake turns 40. His portfolio crosses $250,000. He's never earned a 6-figure salary. He's never made a brilliant stock pick. He just kept going. every month, for 20 years. The money is doing things now that Jake couldn't do working. Interest on top of interest on top of interest. Marcus is 40. He's contributing $200 a month now. His balance is $92,000. He's proud. He should be. But in quiet moments, he does the math. And the math always comes back to the same uncomfortable truth. Not wrong decisions. Not bad luck. Just time. Just 10 years. Jake is 43. Something shifts. His portfolio passes 300,000, then 350, and he barely notices because the jumps are happening faster and faster. This is the part nobody tells you about investing. The early years feel like pushing a boulder uphill. The later years feel like the boulder is pushing itself. Marcus sits down with his dad, who is 72 and still working part-time. His dad says something Marcus never forgot. I had the same job as your uncle. Same salary. Same everything. He started a retirement account at 25. I started at 35. We both worked until 65. He retired to a lake house. I retired to a budget. Marcus drives home and increases his contribution again. Jake is 48. Portfolio at 480,000. He can see 65 from here. He starts thinking less about the number and more about what the number means. Freedom. Options. Not having to stay somewhere because he has to. The $100 a month he committed at 20 is doing something now that no single paycheck ever could. Marcus sits alone with a spreadsheet. He projects his balance to 65. If he keeps contributing $200 a month and the market returns 10%, he'll retire with around $540,000. But when he runs Jake's numbers, same fund, same return, just 10 years earlier at $100 a month, the difference is almost incomprehensible. Jake is 52. His coworkers don't know. His neighbors don't know. He drives the same kind of car he drove at 35. Lives in the same house. But his portfolio is at $620,000 and climbing. Every single month, without him lifting a finger, thousands of dollars in gains appear. Compound interest has become his second income, and it works harder than he does. Marcus is 50. He's made peace with his timeline. He can't change when he started. He can only control what he does from here. He maxes out every possible contribution. And while the 10-year gap between him and Jake will never close, Marcus has still done something extraordinary. He chose discipline over delay, eventually. Jake is 55. His portfolio crossed 800,000 last month. His financial advisor tells him that at his current trajectory, he'll retire a millionaire at 65. Jake remembers the night at 20 years old when he set up that first automatic transfer. $100, $3.30 a day. He almost didn't do it. Marcus is 55 too. He's been investing for 25 years now. His portfolio is at 380,000. He's contributed more per month than Jake for most of those years, worked just as hard, made just as smart decisions. But the number tells the story, not of failure, but of time, and what it costs to wait. Jake is 60, 5 years left. His portfolio is at 930,000. He doesn't rush, doesn't get greedy. He just keeps doing what he's always done. The same thing he's done for 40 years. $100 a month. Let it run. Marcus is 62. His balance is 460,000. In 5 years, it'll be close to 540. That's enough to retire comfortably, if he's careful, if the market cooperates. There are more ifs in his retirement than Jake's. Not defeat, just the honest math of a 10-year delay. Jake is 65. He clears out his desk on a Friday afternoon. His coworkers don't know the number. His boss doesn't know the number. He shakes hands, smiles, and walks out into a warm afternoon. He sits in his car for a moment, opens his investment app, looks at the balance. $1,057,000 from $100 a month, starting at 20. 45 years of patience, consistency, and the discipline to never stop. Even when the market fell, even when life got hard, even when it felt too small to matter. $1,057,000. Marcus retires the same year. Same age. He worked just as hard. Saved just as consistently once he started. He sits in his car outside his office and opens his app too. $379,000. From $100 a month. Starting at 30. 35 years of discipline, commitment, and real sacrifice. $379,000. A retirement. A life well built. And $678,000 less than Jake. same index fund, same monthly amount, same market returns. $678,000 difference. Not because Jake was smarter. Not because Jake earned more. Not because Jake got lucky. Because Jake started 10 years earlier. 10 years. That's all. You are not Jake yet, but you might still be close to him. The question isn't whether $100 a month matters. The numbers just showed you it does. The question is which story you want to be in. And that decision, that single decision, is worth more than anything else you will do with money today. Start now. Don't be Marcus.